I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans.
No, I didn't. And I don't think you did either. And I don't think you should have made this video. My name is Luca, I'm a trans man, and I'm going to explain why this particular video is incredibly harmful to the trans community as a whole. In this video, the creator is saying that she thinks Kurt Cobain was probably transgender. And as a transgender person, I want to say we cannot go around doing this. We cannot go around putting people into boxes and labeling people just because of clothing or some song lyric.
I think we can all agree that social media is a very interesting place where you, whether by choice or by force, end up seeing things you shouldn't probably be seeing, especially as it pertains to people's opinions and livelihoods. And I believe with the utmost certainty and clairvoyancy that Tino is the only person online hated by everyone. And I do mean everyone. Why? Because this fool constantly wants to be portrayed as the ultimate victim that exists on the earth, but does a hilarious good job of making themselves out to be a moron. And it never works in this person's best interest. Why? Because when you're constantly on social media trying very hard to be the victim, when every single time we see you, you're nothing but an attention-seeking dumb fuck who's desperate for somebody to care about them, it never really works out in your best interest.
Another trans person who is calling out the creator, Tino. And I think speculating anyone's gender identity, present or passed away, number one, the person cannot come out and tell you exactly how they identified as. They have passed away. Let them rest in peace. Leave Kurt Cobain alone, okay? Because at the end of the day, you do not know. This person existed and they passed away. They never came out and said that they were trans. So guess what? We cannot speculate based off certain things that they were trans. The thing is the community as a whole, it wants to dismantle gender as a whole. So why is that said community taking someone wearing a certain clothes or using a certain lyric as now an identifier as the fact that they could be trans? Assuming someone's gender identity, assuming someone's anything is never the way to go, okay? Unless someone explicitly tells you, I'm trans, I'm gay, I'm something other than straight, then you can go along and just never know. The world may never know. And guess what? That's okay. But using this to kind of try to push your agenda is not the way to go. And like this man said, harming the transgender community.
We at nauseum have discussed Tino and the efforts to make themselves out to be a victim, but I think this one is funny because it's like a sequel to something that I remember seeing years ago where people feel as though, hey, everyone knows who you are, so you should just expect everyone to know about you because of your presence online. That's not how that fucking works. Why? Because for as long as you draw breath on this earth, and I don't care if you at some point in your life in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s decides, hey, I'm a man, but I'm a woman also, and you decide to change your whole appearance, everybody don't know you, and they're never going to unless you stretch your neck and say, hey, I'm this now. And there's two options. Either the person you're saying that to is going to be like, yeah, okay, cool. Or they're going to be like, yeah, okay, not really going to do any of that, and we're just going to leave it at that. Those are the only two options. So when I'm seeing Lily get on social media and complain once again that no one knows who the fuck they are deep inside, and she's complaining about motherfucking banks going through every single background that they're supposed to when they think someone is doing something that they're not supposed to do, which is tapping into someone else's bank account, it's not transphobia. It's them doing their fucking job.
I recently bought a plane ticket to visit my family in a few weeks, and lo and behold, my account got disabled, which is fine. That's normal. It's a big purchase. So I called up and I said, hey, my account got disabled. And they said, are you calling for yourself or on behalf of someone? I said, nope, I'm on behalf of myself. I'm Lily. I say, Lily, right? Yeah, Lily. Okay. And then they throw every security question at the book. They're asking my everything, my mom's maiden name, like everything. And then they put me on hold, and a hold for a minute or two is fine because it was just like one or two purchases. Like there's not that much to review, but it's like 10, 15 minutes. And it's like, they're not looking at these purchases. They must be like talking to someone. They have to be suspicious. I'm almost certain they're suspicious because of my voice. They come back, and of course, They call me sir. Immediately I say, nope, I'm not a sir. I'm a transgender woman. And they say, oh, okay, I'm so sorry, sir. And it's like, okay, now I'm getting really upset because it's obvious what's happening. And then they say, oh, by the way, we're going to be placing a 3 business day hold on your account, which basically means I have no money. Rent is due in a few days, so don't know what I'm going to do about that. Really upsetting. And just because of my voice, I didn't realize that in order to be a customer at this bank as a transgender person, I had to voice train. They should probably put that on their marketing materials so other trans people know not to give that bank their business.
And Lily knows this. Let's not play this real dumb game. I know we usually do, but Lily knows. Why? Because the dumb fuck has a market for pretending to be a victim. The dumb fuck has almost a lucrative business model around pretending to be someone who's personally attacked for their beliefs or who they are deep inside. And let's just cut to the bullshit, Lily, because I know that you are aware that many people don't like you, and I know because of your low self-esteem, you watch videos about how people don't really like you. You are ignorant to the core. There are people who actually get discriminated against, who actually get treated unfairly, who actually go through some hard shit. And you know what they really don't do because they're living their life with the positives and the negatives? They don't broadcast it every single day on social media, because the funny thing is, when you're doing that, there's going to come that moment where people just don't believe you, and they're going to go based off of the actions you're describing to them. And when you are someone who's claiming that you're being kicked out of a restaurant because someone's watching your live stream and yet you're trans, and when you are sitting there trying to sneakily, subtly say that a bank is somehow discriminating against you because you changed your name or you changed your sex or you did something different, and now they're having to recognize that, hey, this name is a girl's name, but the dude talking to me sounds like he's pushing 50 with lung cancer, you're going to have to understand people are not going to have too much sympathy for you. And honestly, the well's running dry for you, Lily. I know your daily life is not that interesting to a lot of people. I understand that when you go out and have your escapades talking about breast milk, no one's really as captivated by it as they were in 2023 and maybe even in 2022. You're a dried up individual whose desperation for social media attention knows no bounds, and for some reason, you find it necessary to, I guess, try to paint everyone who is living their life differently or normally from you as evil. And I'm here to tell you, as someone who is the greatest trans ally of all time, no one is thinking about that shit as much as you would want them to. And the people who actually don't like you aren't even paying attention to you anymore because you're used up goods that even a doctor couldn't do surgery on. And it's sad that you are living your days that desperate for attention, you're willing to embarrass yourself to the nth degree. And I will end this video like this. The more you do it, the more I'm certain you understand people are going to have a disdain for you and by proxy, trans individuals, because someone who's desperate to prove a point about trans people will look at someone like you and say, yeah, these sick fucks just want attention, and if you don't give it to them, they're just going to try to ruin your life, because all you do every time we see you go viral is try to ruin somebody's life, business, brand, or otherwise. Why? Because you're a desperate motherfucker on social media for attention. And I wish you would stop, but let's be honest. You're going to do something dumber that's going to bring everybody back to you and make them say, wow, what an attention-seeking dumb fuck. I wish they'd just stop trying so damn hard. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. And yes, that is indeed how you clear a bitch.